Hello everyone, this is a modified 2023 preliminary examination question. Anglo-Chinese School, Junior, Paper 2, Question 15. The topics involved are primary 4 or 5 fractions. The difficulty level is intermediate, which is meant for AL5 to AL6 students. This is a before and after problem involving more or less statements. The difficult part is there are 3 entities. There is no internal transfer or difference unchanged element in this problem. Some teachers recommend using parts and units for this type of questions. However, we will stick to only using units in a BCA table to solve this problem. We shall start. During Chinese New Year, Alan, Ben, and Carl received a total of $800 from red packets. Alan spent 7/8 of his money, Ben spent 5/6 of his money, and Carl spent 3/4 of his money. In the end, Ben had $24 more than Alan. Carl has $29 more than Alan. How much money does Ben have at first? Let us do some highlighting and decipher what each phrase means for us to solve the problem. First highlight is Alan spent 7/8 of his money. This means he is left with 1/8 of his money at first. Second highlight is Ben spent 5/6 of his money. This means he is left with 1/6 of his money at first. Third highlight is Carl spent 3/4 of his money. This means he is left with 1/4 of his money at first. Okay, next we can draw a BCA table with 5 columns. In the first row, leave the first cell empty, followed by Alan, Ben, Carl, and total. In the next 2 rows, we will write before and after in the first cell respectively. Based on what we derived from highlighting just now, it looks like each of them has 1 unit in the end. But wait a minute. The question told us, in the end, Ben had $24 more than Alan. Carl has $29 more than Alan. Well, that means Alan is left with 1 unit. For Ben, he has 1 unit plus 24 left. For Carl, he has 1 unit plus 29 left. Nice work there. Please subscribe to our channel, like this video, share our videos, and turn on the notification bell. We will upload more videos this year to help you cope with preliminary exam questions. Back to our question. We now need to know how much each of the boys had at first. For Alan, since he is left with 1/8 of his money, we can multiply 1 unit by 8 to know that he had 8 units at first. For Ben, since he is left with 1/6 of his money, we will multiply 1 unit plus 24 by 6 to get 6 units plus 144. Remember to multiply both the unitary part and the numerical part by 6. Lastly, for Carl, since he is left with 1/4 of his money, we will multiply 1 unit plus 29 by 4 to get 4 units plus 116. Moving on, we will examine the clue given to us. Many students who are weaker tend to use the number 800 in the earlier stage. However, for most problem sums, we should deal with units first. Since 800 is the total amount the 3 boys had at first, we will proceed to find out how many units are there in total. We will add Alan's 8 units to Ben's 6 units plus 144, and to Carl's 4 units plus 116. Well, the result is 18 units plus 260. This number is 800 in fact. With this, we can find out 18 units equals 800 minus 260 is equal to 540. So, 1 unit equals 540 divided by 18 is equal to 30. Whenever we arrive at 1 unit, we should look at the questions part, which is the last sentence of the problem. It is asking for how much Ben had at first, which is 6 units plus 144. We can find this easily, knowing that 1 unit equals 30. Take 30 times 6 plus 144. That will give you $324. That's 4 marks in the bag now. Well, if you have got this question correct, you will improve by 1 AL grade if you are AL4 or above. Comment if you still require help. You may also share this video with your friends and family. To buy worksheet, WhatsApp BW Prelim to 889977754. To check out weekly Zoom lessons information, WhatsApp ZL Prelim to 889977754. See you next time.